Now, let us understand how is mode computed in discrete series. And all of you are well aware of the fact that frequencies are given against the values of the variables, and these values are definite values. You will understand two methods of finding mode. One is by observation method and two is by grouping method. So let us begin. Hello everyone. So far you have understood the estimation of mode in individual series. From now onwards we shall discuss calculating mode in discrete series. As is known, in discrete series, there are values of variables and corresponding frequencies are given. X, that is the values of variables, are the definite values, and frequency distribution then must be arranged in ascending or descending order in order to find mode. In discrete series, mode is calculated by inspection or observation method. When the series are regular, then only this method can be used, and the value that has the highest frequency in the series is identified as mode. This we have already discussed in individual series. And this method is used only when there is a single maximum frequency. And the second method is grouping method. This method is used when more than one value commands the highest frequency in the series. In such cases, the items concentrate around more than one value, or there is no regularity in the series. So, in the case of irregular frequency distribution, mode is not always the value which occurs frequently. In such cases, grouping method is used to find out mode. So let us understand how do we use grouping method. Let us understand the grouping method. For grouping method, one needs to make a grouping table which involves the use of 7 columns, out of which one column is meant for values of x, that is a variable, and 6 columns are meant for frequency. 6 columns or frequency in which frequencies are grouped are as explained. Let's go step by step. In the first column, frequencies are given against the values of x. The second column contains a group of frequencies in twos starting from the first frequency, that is first and second frequency group. The third column contains a group of frequencies in twos starting from the second frequency, leaving the first frequency. So it comprises of second and third frequency group. Column 4 contains a group of frequencies in threes starting from the first frequency, comprising of first, second and third frequency group. Column 5 contains a group of frequencies in threes starting from the second frequency, leaving out the first one. So it comprises of second, third and fourth frequency group. And sixth column contains a group of frequencies in 3 starting from the third frequency, leaving the first and second frequency, that is comprising of third, fourth and fifth frequency group. You will understand it more clearly with the help of a numerical. After preparing the grouping table, then one needs to prepare analysis table. The analysis table represents those values of variables or items corresponding to the highest frequencies in each column. Column numbers are written on the left hand side and various probable values of modes are written on the right hand side. The highest total of frequencies marked in each column is now entered in the analysis table against the concerned values of x. We use tick mark in the relevant box to show the entry. At the end, we find the total number of tick marks for each value of x. And model value is the value that occurs most frequently, or the maximum number of tick marks help us to identify the value of variable as mode. Let us understand both the grouping and analysis table with the help of an illustration. So have a look at this illustration. You need to calculate the value of mode from the data on wages and number of persons as given here by grouping method. Now let us understand the grouping table. We have first column as wages, that is variables, and later on all the columns are meant for frequencies. The first column, column 1, frequencies are given as in the question. Then in the second column, that is a combination of first and second frequency, that is 2 plus 4, 6. Next grouping, 8 plus 10, 18. Third grouping, 5 and 6, 11. Then in the third column, we shall have a grouping of 2 and 3. That is 4 and 8 makes one group, that is 12. And 10 and 5 makes another group, that is 15. In the fourth column, we need to have the frequencies in the groups of 3. That is, first group would be 2, 4 and 8. That is 14. It is 14. And second group is 10, 5 and 6. That is 21. And fifth column also comprises of a group of 3, which is, leaving the first one, we have 4, 8 and 10. That is 22. And the last column also has a group of 3, leaving out first and second, which will be 8, 10 and 5. That is 23. So that's how a grouping table is made. Now let's understand how analysis table is prepared. For that, we need to take into account the grouping table which we have already prepared, and then on the basis of that, analysis table is prepared. Have a look at the analysis table. We have column numbers and then we have all the values of variables. We need to put a tick mark against the highest frequency in each column. We need to observe highest frequency in each column and the value of variable to which it corresponds. So let us begin. Have a look at the first column. This is column 1. Highest frequency here is 10, corresponding to the value 1400. So we need to put a tick mark against column 1 and value 1400, which is this. Now have a look at the second column. It has 3 groups with the combination of 2's. And in the 3 groups, highest frequency is 18, which is a combination of 8 and 10, corresponding to the values 1200 and 1400. So we shall put a tick mark for column 2 against 1200 and against 1400. Now have a look at column 3. It is also in 2's, but leaving the first frequency. The first group is 4 plus 8, 12, and the second group is 10 plus 5, 15. So out of the two, 15 is the highest frequency, which is a combination of 10 and 5 corresponding to 14 and 1600. So we shall put a tick mark for column 3 against 1400 and 1600. Now have a look at column 4. It has a combination of 3 frequencies. First case is 2 plus 4 plus 8, one group. total frequency 14, and in the second case total frequency is 21. Now 21 is the highest frequency among the two groups. This frequency is a combination of 10, 5 and 6, which correspond to 1400, 1600 and 1800. So for column 4, we shall put a tick mark against 1400, 1600 and 1800. Now look for column 5. It has only one group whose frequency is 22. So this is the highest frequency. It is a combination of 4, 8 and 10, corresponding to the values 1000, 1200 and 1400. So for column 5, we shall have a tick mark for 1000, for 1200 and for 1400. Look for column 6. It also has just one combination of 8, 10 and 5 with a total of frequency 23. 8, 10 and 5 correspond to 1200, 1400 and 1600. So we shall put a tick mark for column 6 against 1200, 1400 and 1600. And then we need to count these tick marks, and we find that the maximum tick marks are 6 for value 1400. So it implies that model wage is 1400 because this value has occurred maximum number of times. I hope observation method and grouping method for calculating mode in discrete series is clear to you. You need to do a lot of practice to make grouping table as well as analysis table. With this, the discrete series comes to an end. Next time, we shall discuss finding mode in continuous series. Till then, keep practicing. Thank you. To learn more, visit our website and enroll in our courses to master economics and get a higher score in CBSE and CUET examination. With our current introductory offer, you can enroll in each of the courses for just Rs 999. So, seize the opportunity and join before the introductory offer expires. Like, share and subscribe to EcoStudies channel. Also, drop a comment. See you in the next session for another concept. Thank you.